Hello there, welcome to this channel. In this video I am going to show you all the steps you need to take to get your application published on Google Play, including building a simple Android application. In this video I teach you from installing the necessary tools for building Android applications to getting your first Android application published on Google Play and installing your first Android application from Google Play on your device. To learn efficiently and get the most out of this course, please take notice and try it yourself. The content of this course will be installing all necessary tools for building Android application, building a basic sample Android application, configuring colors and themes for our Android application, creating app icon, preparing the app for production, generating app bundle for production, creating privacy page, creating developer account, uploading the app bundle on Play Console, configuring the store settings, configuring the main store listing, configuring the app content, and then waiting for the app to be approved by Google, and finally installing your first Android application from Google Play. Some of these terms sound gibberish. Don't worry, in practice everything will be clear. For building Android applications, you have many tools and many options, but the standard tools for building Android applications is Android Studio. Let's jump to the browser and download Android Studio. Open your browser, search, download Android Studio Windows. On Windows 10 and on Windows 11 it is the same. So here you have download Android Studio and app tools. Get the official integrated development environment for Android app development. Click on download Android Studio Giraffe. So this is the current version. Probably in the future they will name this version another thing. Click on it to download. So of course you have to agree with the terms. Download Android Studio. It started downloading. Of course it takes some time because it is a very large file. It is 1 gigabyte. The download is finished. Jump to your download folder. Here you have download. So this is the file, the installer. Double click on the installer. Welcome to Android Studio setup. Click on next. Choose components. So we need both Android Studio and Android virtual device unless you connected your own device to Android Studio for testing your application. If you want to test your application on your physical device, on your real device, then you have the option to generate the APK bundle and then just install it on any Android device and test. Click on next. You can change the install location and then click on next. Choose start menu folder. Normally it is in Android Studio, or if you don't want to create any shortcut, you can check this checkbox to not create shortcuts, but it is good to have shortcuts. Click on install. Setup was completed successfully. Show details, and there you see all the components that are installed. Click on next. Start Android Studio. That's okay. Let's check it and finish. So now import Android Studio settings. If you want to import the configurations and settings from your another computer, you can import, but we do not have any, so do not import settings. Okay. Help improve Android Studio. My computer is not that strong, so I always check don't send. The welcome page. Next. Install type. Choose the type of setup you want for Android Studio, the standard one or custom. So the standard installation type is recommended, but if you say custom, you can customize installation settings and components installed. Even if you choose a standard, you can always go to the settings and then change the options and the configurations. I leave it a standard. Next. I like dark mode because it is not bad for your eyes. And then next. And these are the current settings. Setup type is standard. SDK folder. Remember this one, we will need this later. So SDK components to download. It will download all these SDK components. SDK stands for Standard Development Kit. Next, you have to accept it. That was the Android SDK license. Now Android SDK preview license, also accept it and then finish. So far so good. Click on finish. Pin this shortcut on taskbar. Welcome to Android Studio. Now you can create a new project, open an existing project, or get from somewhere else. Let us click on more action. Here you have SDK manager, virtual device manager. Let us create new project. In Android Studio, now you have two standard languages, Java and Kotlin. Some of these templates are with Kotlin, but I like Java. So let us see. Empty activity. Click next. Then the name of your application. First test. The package name is something very important. Now you see com.example.firsttest, but it should match your domain name. For example, for my Android applications, it is com.akianus. the name of the application. You can change the project location. Let us change this. Here you can create a new folder, Android projects. Okay, Android project is another folder under this for the first test. Okay, and then here you have minimum SDK. So this is the API version or the API level, Android 7. Now you see that the minimum is 21. You don't have below that. So let us select this one. Your app will run on approximately 99.5 of devices. So you have more chances, more devices. So that template was for Kotlin. It was not for Java. Let us go and see another template with Java. Now here you can select the language. Let us select Java and then build configuration language. So this one is recommended. First test. So just a test app. Change the project location Android project first test. This is just the test. So here you have all these versions with Java. Let us select the API level 19, and then it says your app will run on approximately 100% of devices, basically on all devices that are available in Android world. So click on finish. It is done. Click on finish. In case you got error about the SDK stuff, because now the SDK components got downloaded and installed automatically during the installation of Android Studio. Sometimes it does not happen and you have to download and install SDK components manually. Let me show you how to download and install SDK components yourself manually. Close the project. Here you have close projects, and then here you have a button with 3 dots, more action. Click on it. You have here SDK manager, and all what you have to do for that error about the SDK stuff is to set the SDK location. So if you get error, this place is empty, so click on edit and then select the Android SDK location. Now it is here, then next, and it will be okay. And if the SDK components are not installed and downloaded, you can select SDK components from this list. When you click on apply, it will download and install that component, and then click on OK and everything will be okay. Here you have device manager, notification, Cradle, device explorer, and running devices. Let's see in the device manager. So by default it automatically downloaded and created this virtual device. Here for testing your Android application, you have 2 ways. You can test it on virtual device or on physical device. You can pair or connect your physical device to Android Studio by Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi, or you can use a virtual device. In case on your computer it did not create any virtual device, click on create device. Then here you can select it from the category phone, tablet, Wear OS, desktop, TV. Let us select it phone for example. It is very important to select the one with the Play Store icon. So let us select it Pixel 2. It is 5-inch, so the size of the screen size. When you click on it, it also shows the screen details here. It is selected Pixel 2. You choose whatever you want and then click next. Here you have to select an image. We have a system image for API level 34. For example, I want to download this system image, so you have here the download icon. Click on that. It will start downloading all the necessary files. As you see, it is 1.4 gigabyte. It will take also a lot of time to download and install this file and component. It is done. Click on finish. Now you see that the download icon is gone. Here this is now available. It is very important when you select an image, choose always the highest API level, because that way you can test your Android application using the newest technology also for the newest devices. For example, now the highest API level is 34. So it was already there, so one number below the highest was 33, and I installed that one as an example. So select that one and then next. Here you can change the name of your virtual device and finish. Now our virtual device is here available that we can use. Of course, a virtual device takes a lot of space. It takes almost 10 gigabyte. If you have not enough space on your computer, it is better to use physical device. I created this virtual device as an example. It is not necessary. So you have all these options about virtual device. You can duplicate a virtual device, you can wipe the data in case you have some error, in case there are some bug, and in case the virtual device does not work properly, or you want to free some space on your disk, then you can select it wipe data. If the virtual device is not running, you can wipe the data. Otherwise you have to close the running virtual device and then also restore Android Studio, and then you can wipe data of a virtual device. You can also edit a virtual device, for example change the name, change in the orientation. You have show advanced settings, you have camera, network, and then the memory and storage, and the device frame. In case the virtual device behaves weirdly, unexpectedly, then you can come and click on cold boot now. It will restore the virtual device and also clear all the caches, and that can resolve the issues. These are tips that are very necessary, otherwise you will face a lot of problems, challenges. You have to jump to your browser, search for those errors and problems, which sometimes it take a lot of time to find the correct solution. So that's why I have to tell you all this stuff. Delete, we don't need this. Now let us run our Android application for the first time. If it takes too long for restarting the virtual device or restarting your application, and you see this waiting for all target devices to come online, it is because the virtual device is stopped or is not started. So you can stop it manually and then restart. Now it is stopped, so you start it again manually. Now you see here the running devices. You see also the error, the emulator process for AVD, and this virtual device has terminated. Don't worry about that. Now you see 2 gigabyte, but it will go up to 10 gigabyte when this is fully loaded. Important options in the menu. In the file, you can open a project, you can close your project, you can see the recent projects, and very important, invalidate caches. In case you see many errors in your project and it behaves unexpectedly, you can come here and then click on invalidate caches. You see in this new window, select all of them and then click on invalidate and restart. It will clear all the caches that can resolve the problem and clear the bugs. Then it will take a long time to download all the necessary files for your project and then reload your project. Then you have these options here in the edit. You have these options in the view. In case you don't see some of these components here, you can just come here, select the component, and then you can view those components. You have in the navigate in these options, in the code these options. Click on run icon. This virtual device has a problem. It does not boot up, it does not start up. Close the virtual device and it will stop it. open the virtual device again, and we have to try until we see that the virtual device is booting up and start up and is ready to use. So it does not look good. Close it, and it will stop. Okay, it is stopped. Click on cold boot now. So the cold boot now worked. It looks good. As you see, it is now active. I can bring it like here. So wait for it. It takes a long time to start up or boot up. Okay, back to here. That is not necessary. Click on run app. As you see, it is a very simple hello world Android application. You only see this text view with the content hello world. So this is all what it is. So this is our first Android application. Stop the application, close the virtual device. Very nice. Let me introduce you some of stuff here in this code view. So here you have the code view. You can split and then see the code and the design, or you can click on design and see only the design. Now it looks very small, but you can increase it to look like this. Here you have the design and blueprint. Let us select only the design, and here you have the attribute tab. In the attribute tab you can change a lot of options here manually, and you will see the changes immediately in the XML file. Now you see here the text says hello world. I change it to like the video. If you change it to code, now you see here the text change it to like the video. And close that menu. You can do it like this, and then you can open the attributes and change the layout width. For example, this width. Now you see that the layout width is 85 dp. dp is the unit inside Android development world. You have more pixels in web development. In Android development you have dp. Let us make it, for example, 305 and the height 500. You have another options also here, all attributes. You can give all these attributes from this user interface. The text sizes for now 14 sp. Let us change it to something larger. Let us say 60. Let us change the width to 400. If now we run the application, we will see it differently. Now you see it as a very big text like the video. You have here the palette, you have the command, you have the text for text view, you have the buttons, you have another widgets, video view, web view, image view. So this was just an example. We will create another useful application because I will put a lot of effort on that and then publish it on Google Play, and probably some people will download it. So I want it to be something useful. Let us see the project structure and some files. Here you have project packages, project files, production, test, project resource files, and open files, and Android. If you select here project, you see a lot of stuff. You then see the project name, then you can go inside then you have to go under the app, and then you have the build, the library, the source, and then you have the main, the Java, the REST, and etc. It is best to select the Android. You just see the necessary files that you need. Here you have the manifest. The manifest file is for configuring your application. You can specify here the necessary permissions, the icons, the themes, see the label for your application or the name of your application. Later in this course we will come back to this, we will modify this, change the icons and the labels and etc. Then you have Java. You have here 3 folders. The one you need is the main activity, is the Java code for your application. Here are some dependencies. Then you have the REST. Here are your icons. The drawables are the icons or the graphics you use in your application. Here is the layout or the user interface. Then you have the values. In the values you can create here your colors. You can add here the texts. It is best practice to bring your texts always inside the strings and then use them in your layout. Then you have themes to modify the themes of your application, how it looks like. You can make it dark or light or how you want. And then you have the Gradle scripts. You have the one with the project and one with the app. These two are very important, and you come to this to change stuff. The minimum SDK, the target SDK, the version code. You will add another stuff here. You add the dependency here, and then you can use it in your project, in your application, or in Java, or in the layout. If this stuff sound gibberish for now, don't worry. In practice later everything will be clear. In case you want to change general settings or other settings, you can come here, go to SDK Manager. You can change the appearance, the menu, toolbar, system settings, and etc. Then you have the editor. You can change all the settings about the editor, the code editing, the font size, the color theme of your codes, and etc. You can change the settings and configuration about the Android configuration, the development, the testing. You can change the Android SDK. You can modify the languages and frameworks, and you have all these options. Now you know where you have to go when you want to change some settings. You can change, for example, and see immediately the result here. You have the color theme. This is now the default color theme. You can also select it from here, only dark or light. This is how it looks like. So you see, this is the general. You have a special color theme for like each language. This is how it looks like in Java, in C and C++, in CMake, in HTML, in JSON, in Kotlin. So this was just a very general guide for modifying the settings. I hope it was helpful. Next we will build a useful Android application, because we will put a lot of effort, and you will see that it is not easy to get your application published on Google Play. So we don't want to do all those efforts for nothing, you know. Let us go and create a very simple Android application about detecting the fake camera in Android device. Click on new project. Here select basic views activity. Click on next. The language select Java, and the API level Android 7 is okay. Change the name to fake camera detector, and then make sure to change the package name as well. So for me is com.fake camera detector, and this is the project location. You can change it to where you want and then click on finish. Tips of the day: close it, it is not necessary. It takes a while to load the project for the first time because it has to install and download the necessary tools, components and files. So the project is finished loading. Click on run to see how it looks like. This is just a template project. We have to change a lot of things to make it to what we want. App is currently compiled against Android 33. Recommended action: update in this project to use a newer compiled SDK of at least 34, for example 34. So go to Gradle scripts and then build.gradle.kts module app. Here it says compiled SDK 33. Change it to 34 because the SDK version we installed is 34. So now it is done. Click on run again. Voila, this is the application. This is the template, so it is an example text. So now the application is installed on this device. You can close it and then here you have the application fake camera detector. You can click on it and it opens up without clicking on run. Close the application because it uses the resources. Clear all. Also close the virtual device, so it is like turning off the virtual device. To change the user interface, go to res, layout, and then here we have activity main. For this simple application we only need the main. We don't need the other user interface components and also the Java files. So go ahead and remove the first fragment, second fragment, content main, fragment first and fragment second in XML. Only leave the main activity and activity underscore main. Search in comments and strings. That way you know where that Java file or where that XML file is used. Double click on activity -main. Select only the code first. We don't need the rest of this, so select all of them and remove. Change this to relative layout. Save. And from main activity.java also remove this content is because we don't need them. Remove the unnecessary importers. Remove these private fields. Inside this XML you have also backup rules, data auction rules. These are also not necessary. In the value you have dim, this is also not necessary. So you have the colors and themes, those are necessary. In the navigation, delete that as well. So I think it is ready to add our stuff. Add here set content view or dot layout dot activity main. If you see also the design or the blueprint, you see nothing because it is empty. Let's go ahead and add some stuff. Add here a text view for the page title. Say text view, width match parent, height wrap content, just enough for the content, padding vertical, let us say 20 dp, and the text itself, for now we just store the text here, later we will move to the strings. Fake camera detector, now you see the text also here. Set the text alignment, we want it to be center. Text size, let us say 20 sp, and text style bold. Background, the background of this text view, let us say the color not black, but let us say title bg. For title background, you have to create this background in the color. So here you have color. Let's also open the strings. So you have also strings from the old version. Remove this. String name, let us call it page title. Actually, you know, the page title and the application name is the same. We can use the app name as the page title. Let us just copy paste, no problem. Inside the color, create here a color element, color name, title bg. Let us make it to be like a very light blue, red, green, blue, and now here you can select a color you want. We make it a little bit light blue, so a color in this area like this. Let us see title, and then the color, the text color, we want it to be white. Now the color was black, that was better. Let us change the text from here, because if you store your text here, you also get like a warning that you should not store the text here. So link the string dot app name is the same, or call the page title is the same. Create another text view for just a description. Text string just for test for now. We have to set it is margin top, layout margin top 90, it is okay. Let us make the background of the whole application kinda gray. Background color, and then add the color gray here, gray, this color. Now you see it is not that white, it is better. Let us make the padding horizontal. Padding horizontal is like padding left and padding right, 10 dp. Change in the text to app description. So we will explain what this application does. App description. This application helps you find out if there are fake cameras on your phone or not. The number you see below is the number of camera or cameras this app could detect. For example, if there are 4 cameras including the front camera on your phone, but you see here 3, then it means that there is one fake camera. On many devices there are many fake cameras just for the style, including on my phone. So my smartphone has 4 back camera or rear camera and one front camera, but it has only one rear camera and one front camera, so the other three cameras are fake. So let us see. Now you see the whole content here. Let's make another text view for a label. Change this to LBL for label. Now it does not exist. Go back to strings and below here create a string with the name LBL and then the text number of cameras on this device. Let us make it 250 and this one should be bold. So text style bold, then padding horizontal. Let's make it 20 and it is background. I want to be white background, and then another text view to display the number of detected cameras. So margin top 200, let us say 90, no background, and the text size should be like 90 sp. By default let us display 0, and the text alignment center. Let us create another layout here for the footer for extra texts like copyright text and then the name of your domain or social media link or something. Let us say in linear layout, the width match parent, the height wrap content, layout align parent bottom true. So for it is content, again another text view, match parent wrap content and the text. So the text is in this one, copyright character created by Akianus and then 2003. Text alignment center, padding 5 dp, Control C. Let us set in the orientation for the linear layout, orientation vertical, and the second one should say visit our website on, do need to be center, and another text view with the website link on https akianus.com. I want this to display like table row, so you have for that another layout. You have table row, first layout width match parent, layout height wrap content, and then padding 5 dp, and then gravity center. Now it looks like crazy because the width of each text view is match parent, so it takes the whole width. Change it to wrap content and then also change this to wrap content. I want in this whole linear layout, it is like the footer of this application, to have a background white, so it looks a little bit different than the rest of the application. This link text should have an ID so that we can control it. If someone click on it, we want to navigate the person to the website. ID link, and then another text color for this, text color link, and we have to create in that color link, so a value like kinda blue, but not this dark blue, a little bit light blue, something like this. Let us see. Now it looks better. It looks like a link. The text that shows the number of detected cameras. Give it also an ID. Call it detected cameras. Actually, we are done about the user interface. Let us jump to the Java and C. So remove this too as well. Close these extra files that we don't need anymore. It is a very simple application. It is not complicated. Get the text view about showing the number of detected cameras. Text view. Find view by ID r.id detected cameras. This is the ID of that text view, detected cameras. We will create a function for detecting all the camera devices installed in a device. So that function will return an integer, and then when you call that function, let us call it get number of detected cameras. For now this function does not exist. We will create that, and then if it detects any camera, we return the number of cameras. Otherwise we return 404, and we have to check if result is 404. We have to do different thing. In that case, we should tell the user that could not detect any camera. So we can set the number of cameras dot set text size to 17, because now it is 90 sp, and that is a very huge text size. And then we set in the text programmatically dot set text could not detect any camera, else it means it could detect camera. So we just say the number of detected cameras dot set text string dot value of result. So we convert this way the integer to string. If you don't understand this, let me put this inside of that text view. If we don't change the text size from 90 to 17, it will look like this. It is not so user friendly, you know. But if it is 17, the user can see could not detect any camera. So by default we leave it 90 and the text 0. So we have to create this method, private integer, and the name of this method. Here we open a try catch block, context get base context camera manager, call it manager, and then context dot get system service, and then context dot camera services. Import the class. We have to explicitly cast this to camera manager type. Okay, camera manager, camera service. We create here an array of camera IDs. So manager dot get camera ID list. We have to take care of the catch block. If there is any error, we return 404. Otherwise we just return the camera IDs dot length. So it returns the number of detected cameras including the front camera. Let us see how many cameras are in this virtual device. Run the application. This is the error about this XML file, because we removed many files but not in this menu. You have to remove this as well, because another XML files that we deleted are linked in the menu. Now run again. So this is how our application looks like. This virtual device contains only two cameras, one rear camera and one front camera. Now let's take care of the link. Below this, under link, click, get in the text view, call it link, and then find view by ID or dot ID dot we have the link ID. So we have to set a click listener on this text view. Link dot set on click listener, new view dot on click listener, and it generated the rest of it automatically. URI take us to link, to actual link. So URI dot parse. So the link is in the text view. We can get the content of the text view dot get text to string. This class parses the text to an actual URI, and here we can start an activity. Start activity, new intent dot. So every intent has a certain action or a specific action view, and then text to link to URI. So when click happens, this start activity or this intent takes the user to this destination, which is the link to a website. Save your work and then click on run app. So if I click on this link, it should open my website. Use without account. So the first time when you open Chrome, it also asks us useless stuff, so the application crashed. Bringing this code inside another private method. So Control X, private void handle link click string link, Control V, Control X link, call that function here, handle link click, then paste this code again inside of this. On my another computer, it could not open the browser, so I brought the whole project in this computer. Let us run the application. So this laptop is like 100 times faster than the other one. So this virtual device also has two cameras. Click on the link so it can open the browser very fast, and also that link. So whatever link you gave in the footer of that application, it can open it in the browser. Now we have to create icon for this application, change some settings and etc. to prepare the application for production. This is not necessary anymore. So first go to the build.gradle for the app, and here give for the version 0.0.1. that is just my way of giving the version. Here two dependencies need updates. Change to that version, change from 2.5.3 to 2.0.4, and then of course you have to sync. Close it. Now inside the manifest you have to declare permission for accessing the camera, otherwise on the actual devices you will get error. So use permission name Android camera, and now it says that we have to use add user feature tag, and that added automatically uses feature and then say required false. Then now it uses this icon. We should create our own icon. Right click on drawable, go to new, let us select it image asset. Here you can select it the foreground, the background layer. Select a good background color. Layer name, we should change the name to something else. BG icon. And then for the foreground, let us choose text first and see how it looks like. And the text color white. Bring also this into here. We can select it an image. Let us create an icon using Microsoft Paint. Resize pixel 512. Oh damn you. 512. 512. The minimum recommended resolution is 512 to 512. So we have to fill this edit color. I want to give here my own color. Let us give for the green 150. 150. Add to custom color. Select it and then fill the container with that color. Select it in the text mode and then here type fake camera detector. Now it also looks like something else. Change the color to white. Change the font size 60. Here you don't have the option to make it come at the center, so you have to bring it like this. It also does not come at the center. You have to hack this, so with the space it does not come to the right, but if you add another character it comes to the right, and then we change that color to something like this. Now we don't see it again with this one. Now it looks good, but we have to make it come at the center. Select all 50. Let us see the font family. Do you have Verdana? Once you click outside, you cannot undo it. You can undo it, but it will remove the whole thing, so you lose your whole work. So it is done. Let us save it. App icon, save, and then come here for the foreground, select the image, so browse to where you put that. So see user, this user, public music, this is. So it looks like something very huge. So about the resize, you can change the resize to this. So now you see should be inside the black circle. So it has to be more smaller for this circle, for square, rounded square, square, legacy icon, and then round icon. They all look good. So this is the launcher. Let us name it icon only LFG. And the background we named it already something like this, so it is okay. You have more option about the icon. Generate yes, shape square, rounded icon yes, for Google Play Store icon yes, icon format is this or this. An icon with the same name already exists and will be overwritten. Let's change this name. Icon launcher. Click on next. So it will generate all this stuff and then finish. And it generated inside the map for us all this icon, FG icon launcher, icon launcher round. So we want icon launcher round, and for the icon again icon launcher. Now if we run the application, we will see the application with the new icon. If you minimize it and go to the application, now you see here your application with the new icon. About the themes, so click on themes, day night no action bar. You can add also your custom style for your component, for your user interface components here by creating a style element like this, giving it a name, and then using it inside each view. Because now the splash screen, when the application starts up, you see white color for the background. Let us change that to something we want. Item name background color, and then here we have to give a color. Also have to add the color inside the color. Call it app background like this. Background color app background. Copy this and then use this also inside the theme. Let us add another item name Android window background. Android window background, the same color as the app background. Let us apply changes and run it. So you see a little color here. So this is the window background. Because we do not specify the status bar, you can also change the status bar color or something. So it worked. Now if you run, oh damn you, let us copy this too and also use for the night. Save it. It is still white. Android color background, let us set that, copy that, probably it is cached, so long press on the application, app info, storage and caches, clear cache and clear the data, or uninstall the app. The application is gone now. Run the application again to install it on the device. Now it is working. It was cached actually. So the theme of the application is okay, the colors are okay, the icons are okay. Now let us go and bring some changes in the manifest and in the Gradle app. It is not necessary anymore. So some changes here. This one is not necessary. Change this to this. That one is also not necessary. This one is also not necessary. Full content rollup is also not necessary. So this one is never used. The manifest file is okay, but still let us run the application and check. Okay, it is working fine. Let us now open the Gradle app. Multi-deck is enabled, true, and here change is minifying enabled to true. Now sync it. Everything is fine. Run the application to see everything works. So everything works. Now this application is ready to be built and published. Go to build and then here generate signed bundle. So Android app bundle, it has some benefits: smaller download size, on-demand app feature, asset only module, and etc. Besides, you have to select that, otherwise you have no other option for APK on developer console or Google Play. Here we have to create a key store. Create new one, the key store path. We should store this with the project. It is best practice. So this is the project, and then the file name. The file name is fake camera detector. I want to use just the shortcut fake camera detector, FCD, and then OK. That's the path. You have to give a strong password, a good password. So a strong password, the alias FCD, and then another password for that, for the key. Validity here, I want to select 32 years. First name and last name. For organizational unit, it is best practice to give the name of your company or the name of your domain, unless you actually have an organizational unit. So about the address, the name of your city, the name of your province, and your country code, and then OK. If the passwords are OK, then everything is OK. It is say remember, and then it also exports encrypted key for enrolling published apps here. Next, select release, and then create. So generate a signed bundle, locate, that is inside your application folder, inside the release. We need this AAB file to publish on Google Play. Before that, we need some screenshots from this application. Build APK. Voila, this is the debug, the APK. Take these two files on your phone, install this APK file. This is just an application like any other application. Take some screenshots and then bring back to your computer so that you can upload it on Google Play. Go to your files where you copied your application. For example, I copied in this folder. This is the application. Click on it and it asks us, do you want to install this app? Click on install. It gives us some warning, unsafe app blocked. Then because it is your own app, you trust it, so install anyway. It is installed. Click on it. Very nice. You see it like this. We have to change some of the colors, so go to the layout, open the layout, split. Now you see it looks good, but so we have to add a text color to this. Text color black, text color black, text color black, text color black, and this one as well, text color black. Now before generating signed bundle, we have to test it on actual physical device. Save it and then build APK. Click on locate. Install the APK on your phone. Control A, Control C. Go to your device. Control V. Paste it here. Uninstall the application and reinstall it again. Install anyway. Open the application. Now this time it looks much better. It has two cameras and then you can go to the website, for example. It is working all fine. Then take some screenshots from this application. Screenshot. Edit in the screenshot a little bit. And then save it. So it was okay. Let us go and generate a new signed bundle. Generate new signed bundle. Use the previous key store and then create, release, locate, release. And then we need this one. We also need a website for the privacy policy. Signing up for GitHub is very easy and simple. So create a new repository, fake camera detector. Description, the privacy policy page for my Android app, fake camera detector. Make sure it is public. Add a readme file, no problem. Selected node for get ignore template. It is not mandatory. Select license, MIT license, and then create. Now it is a very simple repository. Go in the settings. You need to enable the GitHub page. So in the pages, deploy from a branch, and then the branch main. Google policy says that you must have the privacy keyword in your URL. Otherwise, during the control or during the checking, they will not approve your app. So let us go and create here a folder, create new file. You can add here, for example, a directory, call it privacy index.html. For now, just a very simple, we will modify this HTML body h1 policy page commit. The page is published. This is the URL for the site. Copy it, copy link, put the link here, save changes, open in a new tab. So now nothing. If you go to privacy and then slash index.html, now it shows nothing. Okay, privacy policy, very nice. So this will be the privacy policy page of my application. This application, if you create your own GitHub page, it will be your GitHub name, github.io, and then the name of your repository slash privacy index.html. And Google will also come to this site and see and read everything and check if everything is okay. So we need in this one, Control C, store it somewhere for later. I clone this, so if you want you can also clone it. Clone this repository on your computer, and this is the path. So fake camera detector, git clone. This is the repository. You can open it in Visual Studio Code if you have, or go to the privacy page and open it with Notepad and paste the code that I will create for this page. You will see it, don't worry. As a template, you can use this privacy policy page. This is the privacy policy page of my text editor Android application. All what we need to change is the name of the application. This is text editor. Everywhere you see text editor, you can change it to your application name. In my case, fake camera detector. Let us see, inspect it. Element, oh damn you. Just take this article that you see, article with the ID privacy policy. Go to copy element, and then here in your privacy policy page, inside of it you can replace that with that article. Control V, okay, wrap, very nice. Save it. Let me open it in Visual Studio Code. Yes, I trust myself. So this is how it looks like now. I want that it generates this for me. I have already this part, so you can just copy the one that I publish. So change the title to something like privacy policy, and this one is very important. This is for responsive design, and this one is not necessary. Save it. Let us see how it looks like now. Open it in your browser. Not bad. I add some stylus here. If you copy the whole page, then you will also have the stylus. Style. I am telling this stuff in case you don't know about web development. So I want the body to have actually a little bit padding 10 pixel. Refresh it. I want to add some kind of footer here, a paragraph element with copyright, copy, created by Akianos and 2023. Footer, background color white. So padding top and bottom, let us say 10 pixels, right and left 5 pixels, and then text align center. Body should have no padding, padding 0, margin 0. Font family, I like Verdana because it is very readable. If some browser does not support Verdana, then Tahoma or Arial, some fallback font families. So we have to give this article padding, article padding 10 pixels. Now let us select it everywhere there is a text editor and change it to text editor, replace it with fake camera detector. Fake camera detector, fake camera detector, fake camera detector. Okay, you also see here company name. So mine is Akianos. You also have to replace that to your company name. There are two other text editors also have to be replaced with fake camera detector, and this one as well. Let us search again. Copy this, Control C. Now this page is ready to be published by akianos.com. We can push this to GitHub. So before that we have to commit this. It's a added content. There are no stage changes, so we have to stage that before committing. Okay, we have to set the username and or user email in the Git for the credential manager. So Git branch is main, Git commit aim edit content. Now it says what we have to do. So we have to run this git config -- global user email and user name. Git config -- global user dot email and then your email. Once you set your user email and username, you can run it again. Git commit aim and then a message added content. This is done. Exit. We can do the rest via here. Here we also have integrated terminal. So terminal, new terminal, because it is much easier. Let us check if everything is okay, because now GitHub uses token instead of password. So we have to go back to github.com and then go to the settings. In the settings you have developer settings and then you have personal access token. I like classic token. So this one is valid and will expire on this date. It is okay. If you don't have, you can generate new token and then copy the token. If I do that, it will override this one, so it is not good. It is very simple to generate a new token and then copy that and use it to push your code to GitHub. Let us try to push it to GitHub. Git push origin, hit, and then GitHub extension, sign to GitHub, cancel. And then this asks us the username. So my username is here, Saeed Kazimi. And then this asks us for the password, but this is not the password, but you have to pass here the token. So this is the token. It is done. Let us go and check. Fake camera detector. 4 minutes ago added content. Index.html. Now you see all the content, and probably it is now building the app. Let us see. Privacy, index.html. It has not been built yet, so we have to wait. So to create your own web page, come to this repository. This is the link, github.com Saeed Kazimi fake camera detector. Then clone this repository, change the things that need to be changed to your thing. For example, the application name to your application name, and then publish on your GitHub page. Now you also learn how to create GitHub repository, how to create GitHub page, and a very simple basic web application. Now we see a check mark here. Now it is perfect. So the privacy policy page is okay. Let us search here for text. Nothing. Very good. To create developer account, go to play.google.com and then create a new account. Signing up or creating an account for Google Play or for developer account is not that difficult, and there is also you have to pay for a developer account. It is not free. So if you want to publish your application on Google Play, you have to pay for that. And then once you are done with creating developer account and paying for that, they will also kind of review your account. You have to wait for that, and then you will receive an email. After that, when it is okay, you can sign in to your developer account, and then here you can create app. So I have already done this stuff last year. It was in the beginning of 2022. So let us go and create application, and then here give the name of your app. In my case it is fake camera detector. The default language, is it app or game? It is app. Free or paid? It is free. If you add something like in-app shopping and etc., you have to select the paid. Then the declaration, confirm app meets the developer program policies, and then US export laws. Create app. I go through the very necessary parts. So first, the app content. It says 11 declarations need attention. So the first one is privacy policy. Start declaration. Here it asks us for your privacy policy URL. We created a simple privacy policy page. Save. Go back. Adders. For now, this application does not contain any adders. If you include ad for getting paid or something, you can select yes, my app contains adders. App access. All functionality in my app is available without any access restriction. We do not ask for creating account, login or something. If your app does, then you should select it yes. Then you have to provide some credentials so that the person or the system that tests your application should have access to all the features, all the pages, and check all the features and all the pages. And then the content rating. So here you have to provide your email address and etc. All other app type, it is not social media, it is not game. Does the app contain any ratings relevant content like this? No. User content sharing? No. Online content? No. Promotion? No. This one? No. Does allow user purchase? No. Is the app a web browser? No. Is the app primarily a news or educational product? No. So save that, continue to the next. And summary, all ages, so it is for everyone because it is a very good application. Go back, target audience and content, all ages because it contains nothing. So app detail, does your app collect any personal and sensitive information? No. I certify that this app, all the APIs, SDKs and others, blah blah blah, do not include in teacher approved program, all ages. And then news app, no, it is not a news app. COVID-19 is not a publicly available COVID-19 contact tracing or status app. It does not contain that bullshit. So data safety, it is important. It does not collect any data. So no. Does your app collect or share any of the required user data type? No and no. Save. Advertising ID. Does your app uses advertising ID? No. If you include ads in your application, you have to say yes. Government app. No, it is not a government app. Financial features. Financial features in your app. save. We are done about the app content. We go in the production. Now create new release. Here we have to drop the app bundle. Choose sign-in gap. Use Google generated sign-in key. Now we can drop the app bundle here. So here we see the details, the version, the API level, the target level, and etc. The release notice. This is where you give a very short information. Now next. Error and warning, your app cannot be published here. Complete the steps listed on the dashboard. Main store listing, let's do this first. The application name, the short description. Let us write something advertising for this app. And then we have to add app icon. This is my app icon. Up to 1 megabyte and 512 pixel by 512 pixel, and meet our design specification and metadata policy. And then feature graphic, we have to create a feature graphic as well. Let us jump to the paint and create a 1024 and 500. Let us create here something like that. 1024 500. Voila. Let us fill it with some color. Edit 0 125. Add color to the custom color. Select the custom color. OK, and fill this area with that. Here we are just going to write something. Change in the color, the text color. You write here something about that application, but I write this. Oh damn it, I clicked outside that. Now I have to redo. Change the font size, let us say 20. Make this one 17. OK, I think this is in a good place, so it is OK now. Save it, call it app feature, and then you can add a video. We have one screenshot here. Upload at least 2 phone or tablet screenshots. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, rename it. Open it with Paint, edit. So now it is very big. Select all and then increase the font to 25 pixels. Bring it here, make it bold, 30. OK, save it, go back here, and then drop the second screenshot as well. Now you see the error gone from here, and do the same thing for 7-inch tablet. So let us rename this to something useful. Select both of them and drag to here. Then do the same thing for this one, but this is 10 inch. Let us try to drag the same thing here. So it has to be in this aspect ratio. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, rename to 10 inch. Edit. Now you see it has this aspect ratio. 1080 the full HD and 1920. Save that. Let us go and bring this one here. See if it is okay or not. It is okay. You can do the same with the other one. So this one is done. But for Chromebook it is not mandatory. Save. Let us go back to the dashboard. Select an app category and provide contact details. Save and then tag us. For example, select art and design, education, in the fashion, lifestyle. You can add a maximum 5 tags. So and tools. Click on apply. Edit the store listing, contact details, email address. So the website https akianus.com. Save it and then check this one, advertise my app outside of Google Play. To add countries, come to the production and then countries and regions, and then here click on add countries and regions. Select all of them and then save. So targeted 177 countries. So now edit, release, next, and then save. When you send these things for review, then Google will review your application and then will approve or reject it. If they reject it, they will also give you some feedback what to do to resolve the issues. So send changes for review. Here you have store performance, you have store analysis. In store analysis, you see how many people visited your app inside Google Play Store, how many people installed your application, and etc. You can come and check here the ratings, the reviews analysis, and how your app is doing on Google Play, and all the interaction with your application, all the information and all the data. You can find it here inside this developer console or Google Play console. I hope you enjoyed learning Android development with me so far. Now you know that publishing application on Google Play is not that simple. This was a very simple application without collecting any data, without sharing any data, without creating account, without collecting the user personal information, without selling stuff. But if your application has all these features about users data, user information, then you have to do like 100 times more than we have done so far. Finally, our application is approved by Google and now it is on Google Play. I have received this email today from Google. It is IARC live rating notice and some information about this application. Let us jump to Google Play and search this application. Play Store, search fake camera detector. Play Store shows always the advertised applications first. Select it here new to filter it. Now you see it here. This is the application. Click on it. So fake camera detector by Aqianus.com. Here is our screenshots. Click on install. Click on open. Now very nice, this is our application. Congratulations on getting your first Android application published on Play Store. Excellent, well done, great job. I really hope you are having fun learning with me. Enjoy learning programming, have fun programming. I hope this course was helpful and I hope you learned something from this course. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting and supporting. Have great times and hopefully see you in the next video.